Welcome. In the previous video we talked about the cerebral blood flow, and we said there were two systems. We talked about the vertebrobasilar system in the previous video, and in this video we'll talk about the carotid system. The internal carotid artery begins at the bifurcation of the common carotid artery, ascends the neck and perforates the base of the skull, by passing through the carotid canal of the temporal bone, then through foramen lacerum. The ophthalmic artery arises as the internal carotid artery emerges from the cavernous sinus. It enters the orbit through the optic canal, below and lateral to the optic nerve. It supplies the eye and other orbital structures. The anterior cerebral artery is the smaller terminal branch of the internal carotid artery. It runs forward and medially superior to the optic nerve, and enters the longitudinal fissure of the cerebrum. It curves backward over the corpus callosum and, finally, anastomoses with the posterior cerebral artery, and supply this region of cerebral hemisphere. The middle cerebral artery is the largest branch of the internal carotid, runs laterally in the lateral cerebral sulcus, and supply this region of cerebral hemisphere. The posterior communicating artery runs posteriorly above the oculomotor nerve, to join the posterior cerebral artery, thus forming part of the circle of Willis. The anterior communicating artery is joining the two anterior cerebral artery of the opposite side, and it's superior to the optic nerve in the longitudinal fissure of the cerebrum. This is the circle of Willis. That will be all for this video. Thanks for watching.